so recently I started off the week looking primarily at kind of pages that do reviews. So the main one I was looking at was Trustpilot, and it was very interesting to kind of read all the reviews and see kind of what the ratings were, like numerical ratings were on the site. And then I was able to use AI to kind of give me a list of the 10 like companies that did ratings for businesses, and I was able to compare that with the likes of Reviews.io.
Reviews.io, yeah.
Reviews.io, yeah, that was another really popular one that Galore had thousands of ratings on. So I was able to see kind of how the two different forums kind of worked and why it was kind of painting a bit of a different picture between the two of them. And then I was able to write a blog on about Trustpilot and just the nature of the review site that it is. And I was able to kind of look at the advantages and also the disadvantages, primarily the disadvantages, because I feel like they're not talked about enough because Trustpilot is such a big company and it is so well known. You just kind of take it at face value. And I was kind of writing in the blog saying, you might want to take a second guess at this. Just because it may be quite a popular review site doesn't mean that it doesn't have its wee kind of errors in there. Yeah. So I was able to look at kind of some biased reviews. There was also some queries over issues like fake reviews and things like that. So just taking that into account whenever other people, for customers as well, whenever they're looking at reviews, challenge it. Don't take everything at face value.
And so say, for instance, we have 3,200 reviews in reviews.io, and they're overwhelmingly positive. And then Trustpilot is an organization that we do not deal with. Yeah. So people go on and they put a review on Trustpilot. We will not pay Trustpilot to manage that. Now, that might sound foolish, but I just don't want it. Where do you draw the line? You know, you've got Google's review, you've got Reviews.io. How many reviews platforms are you going to do? So you've got to draw the line. So I don't involve with Trustpilot, because then everybody would be coming along with the reviews company and saying, here you go, I'm posting a bad review. Do you want to sign up here? Then you can challenge it. No, thank you. Leave the bad reviews.
Yeah, that's what I find like just crazy whenever I was looking at Trustpilot for such a big brand, like looking into how people can post fake reviews and you need to pay hundreds of pounds per month to be able to challenge that, on top of dealing with stuff like fake reviews. And for a small business, paying that hundreds of pounds to remove a review that is maybe biased or false, it just is ludicrous to me. Personally, I had no idea that companies were able to do things. So looking at those ethicalities was definitely an eye-opener.
It's almost like blackmail. If you were to do it in any other walk of life other than the digital world, it's essentially blackmail.
Oh yeah,
you do it to somebody in real life, and if you don't do it in real life, then don't do it online.
It shows that Trustpilot obviously themselves aren't an overly ethical company for letting that happen. So why would we then want to deal with them and give them the money as an ethical business ourselves?
Because those reviews weren't even from customers that actually bought.
Yeah, with the cheapest price, I think it was £259 a month was the cheapest price. And how do they expect small businesses, whenever these types of reviews can be detrimental to small businesses?
Okay. Very good. You're really.
It was just quite shocking.
You've really swallowed the small business marketing Kool-Aid here now. But we can, whilst we can complain and rant and whatever, there's ways of overcoming this.